The story comes from the Baker family. A busy family. Zoe is a black woman, and Paul is a white man. They are a married couple with many children. DJ and Haresh. DJ is a black boy from Zoe's first marriage and her ex-husband. Haresh is an ethnic Indian boy. Haresh was the adopted son of Paul's marriage and his first wife. Haresh lost his parents when he was a baby. His parents were hit by a drunk driver. Haresh's parents are friends of Paul and his ex-wife Kate. Deja is a black girl from the marriage of Zoe and her ex-husband. Deja is very diligent in practicing basketball. She has a basketball team at school. Next there are two pairs of twins, Luna and Luca. Bronx and Bailey. These two pairs of twins are purely from the marriage of Paul Baker and Zoe Baker. Ella and Harley are two white girls, biological children from Paul's first marriage and his ex-wife. Their total is 9. There's still something else. Kate, Paul's ex-wife, is there every day too. Yes, every morning she even enters the house because she also holds the house key. She is a rather labile nanny, but the children love it, and she does not work. Paul Baker and Zoe Baker own the Baker Breakfast restaurant business. Breakfast place for mom and dad, son and daughter. That afternoon, there was an awkward meeting between Dom and Paul. Dom is Zoe's ex-husband. He comes and visits their house, also to meet Deja and DJ, their two children. Dom even intends to stay in LA after choosing to retire and wants to be closer and take care of the kids. Paul feels awkward, especially when Dom is richer and more established. Paul feels capable of taking care of all the kids and doesn't need Dom's help. Paul works hard to make their dream come true, which is to buy a bigger house, so that all the children have their own room. Paul's hard work paid off. Paul got investors for his sauce product. Soon their sauces will be lining supermarket shelves across the country. Paul and Zoe are very happy. After a meeting with investors, Paul meets Zoe and the children, announcing about the good news, that he managed to get a check for the capital of starting their sauce company. Not only capital but also a bonus for the company purchases and branding rights up front. Zoe didn't agree with that. But Paul thought it would pay off all the bills, and buy a big house in Calabasas. Deja objected. Then what about her school and her basketball team? Then what about USC scholarships? Haresh also objected. Paul had decided that this was an opportunity for him to give his children everything they could ever want. Eventually they all moved to Calabasas and lived in a big house that was there. Zoe and all the kids look happy. And another child who will soon arrive to live in the house is Seth, their cousin. Seth's mother is addicted to drugs and needs immediate rehab. Paul decides to keep Seth. Seth will be sleeping in a room with Haresh. In the new house, they are still busy. Wake up the kids, prepare breakfast. Yes, there is always a busy morning. Deja gets a new car as a gift and meets a handsome male friend at school. His name is Chris. Haresh was bullied by another kid and Seth saw that. Deja started to change her appearance. She started wearing makeup when she went to school. Paul was growing busy, taking care of the restaurant and the franchise. Their sauce is selling well. Paul traveled extensively and left home. Zoe had to start the day alone. Every day preparing breakfast, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids without Paul. At school, Haresh fights with a child who bullies him. Deja who chooses to skip school and only spends time with Chris, a man he just met. Chaos is back at DJ's birthday party. Dom is angry and blames Zoe and Paul for Deja's misbehavior. Dom thinks Paul is just a white man who doesn't know how to raise his black child. Dom thought the house was a mess. Dom wants full custody of Deja and DJ. He wants to bring Deja and DJ to live with him. DJ refuses to live with Dom. Deja even said that she hated living in that new environment. Everyone hated it. It turns out that all this time Paul was wrong. Paul thought that giving his family luxury would make them happy. At night another commotion occurred between Seth, Ella and Harley. Seth lost his money. Ella and Harley took the money. They both accused Seth of stealing. That it was stolen money. Haresh tries to defend Seth. Seth gets angry, takes his bag and leaves, feeling foolish to think Paul's family cares about him. Paul explains that Seth's money was not stolen. The money was from DCFS. The state gave alimony for Seth. Children are sorry. Paul immediately looked for Seth. Paul finds Seth and asks him to come home. Seth refused. Zoe, Dom, Kate and her boyfriend, and the rest of the kids come and ask Seth to go home. Ella and Harley apologize for accusing Seth of stealing. Paul and everyone were trying to get Seth to come home. Seth has finally agreed to return home. They all hugged. Dom apologizes to Paul about custody of his children. Dom realizes that Paul and Zoe make a wonderful family. Paul then chose to turn down all offers of cooperation from investors. They moved back to LA. The children go back to their old school. Deja rejoins his old team and gets a scholarship to USC. Kate has finally got a new boyfriend. Dom has also found a beautiful girlfriend. Paul found the perfect home, and also created a new label for their sauce. Baker sauce. All photos of family members are displayed on the new packaging of the sauce. Seth was even surprised his photo was there too. Of course, because they are all family. The restaurant is not a franchise but they have something better, which is family.